Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim Shaves, and today is going to be an interesting shave. Gonna be shaving with a couple new products. Do a little bit of a first impression slash razor comparison. Oh yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm on a 3 days of growth, so a little bit more than the usual. Got plenty of growth there. Ready to mow it right down. All right, let me start with the software today. I'm gonna be going with. This is an older discontinued scent from none other than Stirling Vanilla Bean Espresso. I don't get a lot of coffee notes from this. I get a little bit spicy, a little bit woody notes from it. Maybe like a coffee grind after it's been brewed. So it's a decent scent for me. Probably not a like or a hate, just kind of in the middle, neutral. It's got that brown color, but yeah, it's all right. I think the splash has a lot more sweet and coffee notes in it, but the soap is a little bit of a spicy, woody scent. All right, and as for the brush, gonna be going with another Stirling product. This is the Stirling Boar brush. Leave a 24 millimeter. The batch can be quite random, in my opinion, because I've had two of these, and one was very scritchy, rough, and this one is the softer one that broke in nicely. I tried my best to break in the other one, but it just would not break in. I think I tried for maybe a month or two, but I got this one lathered up nicely. Ooh, nicely hydrated. I've added plenty of water here. This might be actually dripping down a bit if I leave it at that angle. But yeah, plenty of water. Maybe a little bit on the thinner, airy side, but that's okay. Stirling is plenty slick for my liking, even with a lot of water. All right. And let's get lathering. All right, I'm gonna put some pre-shave on. Going to be going with the Cube 2.0 pre-shave. And one thing kind of fun about this one is that once you apply it, you can really see the stubbles. Yeah, look at that. Because of the charcoal ingredient, you really see the stubbles kind of darken. Kind of like a Sharpie effect. So this is what I am working with. And just wet it slightly. And I could also work it in with the brush as well. I think Jimmy from NYC Wet Shaving does that. Hopefully he's doing well. I haven't seen a video from him for a while. Alright, and let's get lathering. Here we go. A little more water on the face, and let's get to it. Yeah, a lot of hydration in this lather. This boar brush is quite soft, well broken in. Very nice. It has I'll say low scrub to it, maybe a little edging on the higher side of that, but still very enjoyable. I can feel each bristle massaging the face. Very nice. Alright, let's add a little more water here. Why not? A bit more. Plenty of volume and cushion. Not necessary, but It's good to have, I think. Who doesn't want to work with a lot of lather? Maybe for a daily shaver, they just want the perfect amount of lather to work with, not too much, so that you're not wasting any, but yeah, I don't mind it. All right. Let's get to it. So the two razors that I will be comparing, that's a nice looking slick lather there, is, these two beasts. Actually, one of them is a beast. This one is the Yaqi Monster or Godzilla. One of those. It is very fitting on his name. This handle, I believe, or this razor, weighs in at 226 grams. It's a half a pound. So you're gonna be shaving with a big old hunk of metal here. So the gunmetal finish. This is the double open comb razor head. When I was looking at it closely, I saw that this side has a little bit more blade gap compared to the other one. The other one is pretty flush to the base plate, but this one, on the right side, the blade is raised up slightly. So a little bit of a QC, quality control issue, but hopefully that won't affect the shave too much. That's the Yaqi Monster. This one is just a generic Gillette Tech clone. So it is, as you can see, it's a similar head shape to the Gillette Tech, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's quite a bit of blade gap here. The base plate or the guard is it's protruding outwards. There's a pretty big blade gap and a decent amount of blade exposure. If I remember correctly, I've tried a couple razors like this, like I forget, but it's similar to like the Maggard mild head. But yeah, let's see how this goes. I don't know if I will like this one, but I got it as a part of a lot, so I just want to try it out and compare these two razors. They both have Treet Platinum blade on its first use. Here we go. So to get it going, on the left side, start with the Yaqi Monster razor. It's quite a bit of weight, half a pound. I tell you, it's quite the experience. All right, here we go. First pass through. I'm gonna be going with the left side here, and this has these knurlings, so it kind of helps, but still, it's really heavy. And even though this looks aggressive with the double open comb, it actually feels a lot milder how it looks. But it's cutting nicely. And the weight, it does help kind of guide the razor through the skin, but it's a little bit too much because I'm having to hold it up and not let it just fall straight down to the sink. So I much rather preferred a bit lighter weight of this razor. So let's see how this goes. First pass through with the Gillette Tech clone. Okay, fairly a mild feel to it, even though it has a fair bit of blade gap. Yeah, it's not too bad. Huh. Interesting. I thought I wouldn't like it at all, but it's gliding smoothly through the skin, and similar, we'll say similar result on both sides. Let's rinse off. Plenty of residual sweetness. All right, so not bad of a first pass. I would say it's pretty hard to notice the difference between the two sides. On the neck, I think slightly more on the right side, but very similar. All right, let's get on with it. Let's go on to the second pass. Plenty of lather here, nicely hydrated. Very nice. All right, let's go with that. Second pass through. Let's go on the Yaqi Monster Razor on the left side. I wonder if there's a difference between the two sides of the razor. Yeah, this side feels a little bit milder. I'm not sure if it's just my bias or my yeah, it's pretty similar. Yeah, this side seems to have a little more feedback. Maybe it's the one with the bigger blade gap. Alright, but pretty smooth shave so far. Mild feeling razor. Let's go with the Gillette Tech Cone on the right side here. Not bad. But I'll have to judge at the end because a lot of these mild erasers are perfectly fine until the end where I have to buff crazy amount because of the lack of efficiency. So far it's doing pretty good. All right, that is for the second pass. Let me rinse up, go for some cleanups. Yeah, so far, that was pretty smooth on both sides. So not bad. Yeah, pretty similar efficiency, I would say. I probably would not be able to tell if I shave with a single razor or two razors because how similar the results are. All right, let's go for a cleanup pass. All right, going with the Monster Razor Let's go. Not bad. All right. Pretty good so far. Yeah, a clean shave. Definitely still has little stubbles here and there against the grain, but pretty good so far. Let's go on the right side with the Tech Clone. A little bit of tugging here. I think it might be due to bigger blade gap with a lack of blade clamping. But let's continue on. Yeah, let's go here. All right, this is not too bad, but I did feel some rough spots with it. As I said, a little bit of a bigger blade gap with less blade clamping might attribute to the rougher feeling, but not bad. All right, let's compare. Yeah, a little bit still left on the neck, but yeah, a little bit left against the grain. Pretty clean across though. So just gonna go for one more cleanup. Let's just get slightly closer shape. And let's wrap it up in there. All right, going with the Yaqi monster. Let's go. Why not against the grain? I have a little spot over here that I have to go against the grain. Yeah, this feels a little mild for me. So some spots I'm having to kind of like stretch out the skin and keep on buffing the same area, which I do not enjoy doing. I'd rather use a more efficient razor and just let it achieve that closer result with it without having to buff a lot. But it's a minor details for me. Like these two razors are shaving fine, but it's just on some of the areas I just prefer a little bit of an easier time with other razors. All right. Yeah. Going against the grain with this one, it's a little bit rougher. No problem with and across, but against the grain, this is showing a little bit of a challenge. Yeah. I'm having to press a little bit with the blade, and it's not comfortable for me. So I just leave it there. All right. And rinse off and see how it went. Okay, overall, I think that was a great shave. Yeah, as you can see, no nicks, cuts, or weepers anywhere. Nice, clean DFS. Very close on the chin, I'll say. Yeah, that feels like a BBS to me. Still a little slight stragglers on the neck, but that is a very close to BBS shave. Let me see if there's any sting with the alum stick. Wet the face and let's get it going. I did buff towards the end, so I am getting an average sting around the chin and an average sting around the neck. So with some of the milder options, I tend to buff more, and that leads to some more sting with the alum. I also went against the grain on the neck, which I don't usually do, so that extra cleanup pass would attribute to the more sting, but don't think I'm gonna be having any irritation after the shave, or because of the shave. Just a little more sting with the alum, so I might have shaved a bit closer than the usual to the skin, but not bad overall. All right. Okay. So my thoughts with these two razors. So with the double open comb razor, I've actually tried it before, just not with this handle, but with this massive monster handle. It's not my preferred weight for sure, so it's too heavy for me. I do feel a bit more stable in some areas, but most of the shave I'm having to just hold this giant handle, and it's a drag, just not comfortable for me, for my liking. The head is a nice, I think they also call it the melon head, or the double open comb head. It's a nice mild shaver. It's not as aggressive as it looks. It's actually mild to mid aggressive, probably closer to mild, but it's an excellent razor. I do have to buff with it a little bit more to get a closer shave, though that's why I don't prefer it. As for the Gillette Tech Clone in this rose gold color, with the grain and across the grain, it's a pretty nice shaver. Yeah, it's smooth. It cuts down, I would say, mild to medium aggression as well, similar to the Yaqi, but actually closer to medium for me with this one. It's got quite a bit of blade gap. I'm not sure if you can see, with a good bit of blade exposures as well. But against the grain, this razor was feeling rough. So whenever I was having to put pressure to go against the grain, that is not a good sign for me. So if I were to use this, I'll probably use it with and across and avoid the against the grain pass. And actually might be a good travel razor, just to stick in my dop kit and travel with it. But for an everyday or when I'm trying to get a VBS, this razor, I would not pick this one. So in the end, both, I think these are pretty affordable. I'm not sure if you want to buy this handle because I think this razor is about 40 bucks. I wouldn't recommend it, but both razor are decent shavers. They just lack in some of the areas for my liking, but if you want just a nice shaving razors with little flaws here and there, these two might be good options. Yeah, so that is the end of today's shave. I have a couple other razors lined up to try out, so I'm excited for those. Sorry for another long video, but I just wanted to get both of these kind of out of the way and do a little first impressions on those. This is Tim Shaves now. See you guys next time. See you.